my story goes back a few years with some weight issues and health concerns. And I've met Sherman and Christina several years ago through a mutual friend and knew what he was doing, but was really way too nervous to ever join a gym and didn't know how to get started, didn't know about nutrition, definitely didn't know about fitness on a level of what we do here at Dynasty CrossFit. So I had a personal health scare, which is what really catapulted everything in the right direction. And I reached out to Sherman through email. Right away he responded to me and said, "Hey, is this Big Troy?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is Big Troy." And he said, "Come in right now. I don't care what you're doing." It was late in the evening, so I met him and we had a one-on-one consultation. But really the factor that made me didn't want to start was fear. Fear of walking into a place, being embarrassed, not knowing what to do, not knowing any of the people. So that's really what was my limit, was the fear. What I can tell you is every CrossFit community is just that. It's a community. I went from having bar friends to CrossFit friends, and that transition has just really changed my life. At first I was doing private sessions because I was too nervous to walk into the normal classes. So I paid Sherman to meet with me after hours, and we did that for about 3 months. And then one night after a very hard workout, Christina actually says, while I'm laying in a pool of sweat, making a sweat angel, she says, "You would actually work out harder if you joined one of the classes." And I was like, "What are you talking about? Do you not see what I just did?" And she said, "No, you're very competitive and you're very social. You would like the classes if you were to come. Just come to one class. If you don't like it, never come back, but come to one." So that took me about 2 or 3 weeks to kind of get my courage up, and eventually I came, and as soon as I came in, welcome arms. Everybody was very positive, very energetic, very focused about my success and continuing it. So at that point I knew I would stop the nighttime classes and I would do the regular classes. And then from there, it's just been full steam ahead. I've lost over 100 pounds. In that time frame, I actually met my current fiance, and we're getting married this Saturday. And we also have a little boy on the way, so very exciting. It'll change your life, and just the friends you meet, the community you meet, that's what kind of keeps me coming back. People ask me now, "Well, how long have you been doing it? For a year? Well, why don't you do it at home?" If I was to do it at home, I would never do it. It's the support. It's the people here that motivate you and keep you going. You're working just as hard as the person next to you. It may be at different levels. You may be right next to a person who is far more advanced in skill or weight or training, but they're struggling just as much as you are with your adjusted weight and your adjusted program, because it's all the same. It's all what your capabilities are, and that's what I like. Doesn't matter how strong you are and how fit you are. Everybody's going through the same thing at the same time, and most of it with a big smile at the very end. During it, not so much, but if I can do it, I know you can do it. So come on out and join us.